Hey guys, so unless you're living under a rock, I'm sure you have seen the new Justice League trailer by now. Um, I already put up my trailer reaction video, so if you haven't watched that one, go ahead and watch it. Um, Absolutely amazing trailer, blew my mind. It made me so emotional at so many parts of the trailer. I absolutely loved it. Um, it's 2.5 minutes. I know a lot of people might think that that's short, but really that's an average time for a video, trailer. I think we might just think it's short because we got spoiled with the 4 minute footage from San Diego Comic Con. But in this 2.5 minutes, wow. I am. I didn't think I could get more excited for this movie. They proved me wrong with this trailer. Um, from the start, from the get go, right out the gate, I was instantly emotional. And in this trailer breakdown, of course, I will get into that and why I got so emotional. So many things to see in this trailer. Um, so let's go ahead and get into a trailer breakdown. I'm gonna do my best. I've never really done a trailer breakdown that much. I've done like favorite parts of the trailer with the San Diego Comic Con trailer. So just bear with me. This is sort of my first trailer breakdown. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we get this beautiful, unexpected, well, I thought was unexpected, opening scene where Lois is coming out of Clark's house in Smallville. And in the distance, we see someone standing in the field, which presumably would be Clark, right? And so that amazing, beautiful Man of Steel theme kicks in, and I instantly got emotional, which, if you watched my trailer reaction video, you saw how emotional I got, which other reactions I saw, people were feeling the same way. And so then, of course, it is Clark. And I got even more emotional to see him because we haven't seen him in any, hardly any of the marketing and, of course, none of the trailers. And he turns to her and says, I'll take that as a yes, referring to the ring that she put on at the end of BVS. He was planning on proposing to her, obviously. So, oh, you guys, I think there was just such a perfect way to show him in the trailer without spoiling anything about Superman and his return. It's a cool way to include him in the trailer without upsetting people that they showed Superman before we get to see him come back in the movie. So I loved this. I love this. I love this. And then, of course, they flash back to the part where, reminding us that yes, he's dead still, and that she did put on her ring, though. And they just give us that little tease of Clark snapping back to the reality that he is dead, giving us a little bit more insight to Lois and maybe, how she's been dealing with it, because we do know that this movie picks up pretty quickly after the end of Batman v Superman, which they, we hear this voiceover again, kind of similar to the previous trailer, that the world is in chaos without Superman, and all this terror and crime and everything is on the rise because there's no Superman in the world. So still bringing in that feeling that the world needs Superman. And then we get more of this battle scene that we've seen a couple times in the previous trailers. This is like a different angle of this battle scene and a little bit of a brighter part of it. The other scenes that we've seen kind of have like have like that red hue to them. So just giving us different angles of this scene also. And these look like probably Amazons, I'm guessing, or Atlanteans, one of them. But they look like they're probably women, so I don't know, we'll see. And then we see this part of Steppenwolf flying down from the sky, which we did not see in the previous trailer, but it's an expansion of the scene of this part that we did see when he lands on the earth and his hammer just like starts to destroy everything. And so just an extension of that part, and you can see people in the distant background there, this massive, massive battle scene that I'm really, really looking forward to. And this part, also part of this battle scene, if you watch my trailer reaction, I screamed when they showed this because, wow, I just was not expecting to see them actually like show people turning into parademons. And that's what this looks like is happening here. And wow, still more in the background. There's that reddish hue, the color, that fiery color in the ground. You can see in the background has like that fiery lava look that we've been seeing. And this battle scene that we keep seeing in the trailers is just going to be huge in scale. It seems like it's going to be massive. And so it's pretty cool that they keep showing this to us in the trailer because I'm so excited to see this. This part we haven't seen before though. Part of like, you know, the invasion, we see that Omega dark side symbol type of stuff that we also saw in BVS and the nightmare sequence. And, you know, the fire and lava shooting up out of the ground in this scene is also reminiscent of the nightmare sequence that Batman had in BVS. So, tying that all in together. And we're also seeing how it looks from, like, civilians' standpoint. All these parademons just flooding the earth, basically, invading, and giving us a sense of what it would feel like to the world to see this going on. And then here Batman is saying, you know, we hear his voiceover throughout this trailer saying that, you know, I think it's more than just an invasion. I think it's, you know, it's going beyond that. And to me, he looks pretty worried in this part. And we also saw this was the part from that that picture that we got a while back, a few days ago, from the Empire magazine. And so we get to see that part in action here in the trailer. And, you know, obviously he probably is worried because he knows that they need Superman. They can't just do this by themselves without him. This is another shot that we, before we saw the bat signal in the sky, but we didn't see Batman standing there. And then the, I can't remember what this one's called. It's not the Flying Fox. It's not the Nightcrawler. But he flies this in BVS, and here it's, I thought it was just a cool shot of it. Obviously, probably Alfred is controlling it and taking it to him there. So again, they're just giving us more stuff in scenes that we've already kind of seen a little bit of, and just giving us more stuff that's going on in those scenes. We have another underwater shot of Aquaman that we haven't seen yet before. No talking though yet. No dialogue under the water yet that we've seen from the trailers for Justice League. But that was a pretty cool shot. And the voiceover here, Diana is saying that, you know, she's talking to Bruce. We're asking people that we don't even know to risk their lives to help us. And, you know, obviously we see that we've gotten the sense that Aquaman is kind of, you know, resisting to join them. Cool shot of Diana on this statue here. I like how she's holding the sword. You know, she's not holding her own sword, but she's holding the sword of the statue, which is pretty cool. So I just wanted to include that shot here because that was a really cool shot of Wonder Woman. And we see them showing more of Cyborg's abilities in this trailer as well. Looks like he's at his house and he's all covered up. We've seen a quick shot of him in like this outfit here, this the hoodie and everything. Looks like he was outside in the alley and he kind of like turns around and he's looks like, I'm thinking this is probably like soon after he turned into Cyborg, and you know, he's trying to hide. He doesn't want people to see him like that. So he probably hasn't been Cyborg long when this happens, this part. My husband and I were kind of trying to figure out what he's watching there, what he's looking at. It looks like he's looking like a football, like maybe I don't know. To me, I think he might be seeing what happened to him. You know, whatever accident happened that took place to make him lose the majority of his body. That's what I think he might be watching, but I don't know. Not sure. Just taking a guess. And then we go back to Aquaman. We hear the dialogue between him and Bruce, and he's telling Bruce, like, you know, strong man is strongest alone. Haven't you ever heard that? And Bruce is like, no, that's the opposite. So again, Aquaman just kind of like being kind of cocky and thinking like, why would I help you guys? And nothing's gonna, he's probably kind of invincible. Like, nothing's gonna hurt me. I'm strong. I'm powerful. Like, what threat is there gonna be up against me? Just kidding, kind of getting that sense. Of course, more epic action sequences, a lot of action sequences, in this trailer. We see more of the improved CG in these scenes, the CGI. We see the color gradation has changed a lot. It's not so black, bluish color anymore. It's a lot of red, orange, yellow. And then we have all this growth, or whatever this is, coming up out of the ground. Looks like the earth is probably turning into like an apocalypse. And so I really like that they've added all this in. And I'm sure it'll probably, they're still going to work on stuff before the movie, up until the movie comes out. So stuff will continue to improve. Again, more added stuff in this part of the Flash. All this stuff on the ground behind him wasn't really there the first time that we saw this part. It was kind of just like smooth ground or whatever. Now we see that there's more destruction and stuff in the back behind him. And then they show this part when he's running. And at first it kind of just seems like, the ground is shattering because from his speed and he's running, that's what's happening. But it also kind of looks like his foot, like his ankle rolls. So maybe he gets an injury there. And then we see, oh man, I like this part also. We see Aquaman in an underwater battle with Steppenwolf, and he's just getting wrecked. Steppenwolf is plowing him into this pillar in Atlantis. Oh my goodness. Here's another shot of it. It's kind of hard to tell in this screenshot, but they plow into this pillar and they're fighting. So it's going to be really exciting to see this underwater battle between Aquaman and Steppenwolf. We've seen the other parts in the previous trailer where we see Steppenwolf's hammer fly and he dodges it, but it's going to be cool because it's going to give us a little taste of what Aquaman's movie is going to be like and what to expect from his movie. And so, pretty excited to see that. And obviously, before, Aquaman's being kind of stubborn, doesn't want to help out, doesn't want to join, Bruce's team he's putting together. But I'm guessing this is what's going to make him change his mind, being, encountering Steppenwolf. Oh, this part, you guys, I really loved this part. The trailer is intensifying. We see Cyborg yelling here. Looks like I don't know what he's doing, but he's like in a pillar or a column or something. It looks like maybe he's trying to take it over, maybe, to stop whatever it's doing. I don't know, but I love this scene. I love the emotion and intensity we feel from Cyborg. This was one of my favorite parts of the trailer, actually, so that's why I included this shot. And also, this is another part that we've seen some of in the trailer before, when Diana is, it looked like she was fighting the parademons at first, but now we know that she was fighting Steppenwolf, and we see her, she lands on her butt in the other trailer, and she's kind of backing up, and we're like, why can't she take on these parademons? Why did she end up on the floor? And seems kind of like overpowered, and now we know it was because of Steppenwolf. And someone on Twitter pointed out an interesting thing, like the parademons are kind of just hanging out watching. They're not really they're not fighting with Steppenwolf against Wonder Woman, because obviously they know he doesn't need help. And we also get a sense of how big Steppenwolf is here compared to Wonder Woman. There's another shot of them fighting. Parademons kind of just watching there. And that's when he kind of overpowers her with his hammer, slams her down to the floor. We get another shot that we've seen before also, of Bruce looking at some kind of hologram of what looks like a Kryptonian. Some people think it's Superman, some people think it's Supergirl. We don't know yet. My husband had a theory that maybe Cyborg is using his abilities to project this for Batman, and maybe the other Justice League members are there too. If it is Supergirl, maybe she's on Apokolips. This theory kind of goes back to the fact that we know that the ship in Man of Steel was Kara's ship, Supergirl's ship, when she landed on Earth, and that open pod was her. And so his theory is that she's in the initial battle when Steppenwolf comes to Earth with the parademons, that huge epic battle that we see, that I talked about earlier. He's thinking that she fights in that battle because she was on Earth at that time, and that's the only way that they could have defeated Steppenwolf and the parademons, because Ancient Man, Atlanteans, and regular Amazons are not going to be able to defeat them. And so maybe that's, and also maybe lanterns that were sent to Earth to help in that battle to protect Earth. Because in the previous trailer, we hear that Steppenwolf voiceover that everyone got excited about when he's saying, no lanterns, no Kryptonians, so it makes sense that maybe Supergirl and or lanterns were involved in that ancient battle, because there's not really any reason for Steppenwolf to know that Kryptonians are powered when they're on Earth, because he's obviously never encountered Superman. And so, on Krypton they don't have powers. They're pretty much just like humans are on Earth. But on Earth they're powered because of the yellow sun. So how would he know that? And obviously he knows about lanterns, so he's encountered them before, but it's just a theory. We shall see when we actually see the movie. And, so back to what I was saying. If she was involved in that battle, maybe she got taken back to Apokolips. Again, going back to the Superman monument, Batman is saying here, the world needs Superman, and that's why I brought you guys together, and we're going to fulfill this promise I made to him. Giving us more cool shots of Wonder Woman. I like this part. This is when she kicks, taps her sword with her boot, flies up into her hand, and a cool shot of Cyborg shooting off. Looks like he shoots off from the same place in this background here that Wonder Woman's at. His CG has improved from the previous trailers. I know they're still going to continue to work on it, of course, and take their time with his character leading up to the movie. In some scenes it looks better than others. More awesome shots of the Flash and the Speed Force. I love these shots in the trailers. I can't wait to see more of it in the movie. And this is a new shot that we got of the Flash also. Thought it looked really awesome. There's a slow-mo shot too in the trailer. And we finally get a full shot of what this is that Batman's shooting at. In the previous trailer, we kind of see from the top, like a bird's eye view, and we can't, it was hard to tell sort of what it was. It looked like it might be a mountain, but then you're like, why would he be shooting at a mountain? So you kind of start thinking maybe it's some kind of force field or a protective barrier, and that's what it looks like here. So getting a better sense of what that could be. And Aquaman just having a blast in the sky, taking down parademons with his trident. And then we see how he's still, how he's up there so high is because Cyborg's up there throwing him around. I think this was another favorite part for people in the trailer. A lot of favorite parts seem to be Aquaman, and it seems like he's just having a good old time when he's the one that didn't even want to join in the first place. So it was really cool to see them doing, teamwork stuff, and yeah, another fun part in the trailer. This is the part where we see the Batmobile coming down. These parademons are ripping off the top of the Batmobile, and here comes Diana to take them out for Bruce. And then we saw this part in the previous trailer where we see Diana fly back onto the ground, but we didn't have this part where the Flash zooms by. And again, all this stuff on the sides, this kind of stuff. Oh my goodness, you guys. It just looks crazy. We didn't see any of that before. It was just the black and bluish color, it didn't look like all this. And in the trailer, you don't even really see the Flash. You just see his lightning, which is how it should be, And there, yeah, that's pretty much all you see. You don't even see him as a person. Oops, sorry, guys. And then after he zooms by, Wonder Woman's like, yeah. This smirk that she has on her face. Some people were like, why would she smirk after Batman flies by? He's not going to see her smiling. But obviously, she probably did that because of the Flash, not Batman. Again, other angles of scenes that we've already seen before. Batman shooting at this building here and just plows through it. We can see parademons up there on the top of the building. Again, more of like this lava type of stuff taking over the earth. Just wow. Looks insane. And there's the top angle of that when they're about to go through that building. And again, Aquaman having a good time. We've seen this part a couple times in the trailers. This is when he's like super excited. Now we know why the top of the Batmobile's gone, because those parademons took it off. And this is when he's about to leap off of the Batmobile again and go take out some more parademons. And then we have this fun, humorous tag at the end of the trailer where we see Bruce, Diana, and Barry. And we saw these clips in the pics and stuff that were released at Comic-Con. And this is when we see Bruce's car being lowered out of the plane, his private plane. Barry's with him. This is after he went to get Barry. They went to meet up with Diana. And Barry's like, oh, your bat signal, that's awesome. It's time for us to go. And then, he's kind of like, oh, sorry, gotta be quiet, And Bruce and Diana are kind of looking at each other like, really? Really? This is the guy that's gonna, help us out. But, it's fun to see him like this because he's like a fanboy, which is fun and pretty cool. So, yeah, that was my breakdown of the trailer, guys, and I really, really enjoyed this trailer. Some people are complaining about the music choice. I thought the music choice, the way that they did it, worked well with this trailer. The slowed down cover version of the song Heroes, I liked it. This trailer was very emotional for me. I've loved all the trailers that have come out. I think each one has gotten better. They've also still done a great job of not giving anything away, not spoiling anything. It's been, I've loved all the trailers. This one was just super emotional for me because it opened with Clark, and it was just, they did it in such a perfect way, and I loved it. And after that, I was just emotional the rest of the time. So, still watching this trailer, still can't get over it. It's just making me more and more excited for the movie, and I can't wait to see the final result. Just looking so forward to it. Of course, expect to see a lot of TV spots now and probably more posters and stuff coming out leading up to the movie. So, super excited, yeah. And also, shout out to my new subscribers and my newest patron. Thank you very much for becoming, for pledging to my Patreon account. Really appreciate it. And thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.